How I found out miracle knots just weren't for a fine hair girl like me, but we gon' press through. Got my hair from Amazon. I was on a time crunch, so I needed that one day shipping. I went ahead and bow dried my 6 scoops of hair, then proceeded to do the most by straightening my roots in the front. That's enough. And then this is when the reality check hit my account. So that's when I proceeded to take that lymphatically drained braid down and proceeded to just do some traditional boho knotless with the miracle knot hair. Cause I thought I was Jayla Majid. Because there was just absolutely no way in heaven, hell, earth, Sheol, or limbo that I was gonna have some flat top skinny micro braids with medium parts that fanned out into some boho curls at the end. We just weren't gonna do that. No, absolutely not. But baby, here's where I got into my budget-friendly money stretch and money long bag. Cause you see, I'm doing a little technique that I came up with where I separated each miracle knot strand of hair into individual pieces, and I will show later in this video and probably a separate TikTok exactly how I did that, because I actually wanted my braids to be feathered well at the end. I love so many miracle knot installations, but I did notice that the braids would seem sometimes kind of slim, as they should, but would fan into these like chunky curly pieces at the end. And again, sometimes they look really pretty, but I just wanted evenly feathered braids. I just wanted a single piece of curly hair coming out of my braid. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's when I just really got into my analytical thinking bag of how I can make that happen and make these braids just look seamlessly blended at the ends, and they do. And again, like, could you imagine if I really left my little minuscule braid the way it was and added a complete miracle knot feather strand of hair to the end with 2 curly pieces coming out the bottom? A travesty. And at this point, I was starting to have second thoughts, but I decided to lock in and get to it. And I'm very glad that I did, because the juice absolutely started to be worth the squeeze. So we proceeded to just install as we went. I started adding curly pieces to the upper ends of the braids, and yeah, it was giving. I wanted kind of small braids in the front. I I didn't really care about them being small in the back, but I definitely wanted smaller in the front. Baby, I was feeling myself so bad. I just started styling the hair, and the hair wasn't even done. I'd already added a little water, little pattern. Cause I just need to see. I just need to see where we're headed. Are we headed in the right direction? We absolutely were. So I say, okay. If this little quadrant is gonna be T, then I know the rest is gonna be T. So we're gonna proceed. I just had to know. I had to confirm. Like, I didn't want to get too deeply invested in the style, and then it was just like, no. Take it all down. This confirmed for me that we was gonna push on. I did decide to show myself actually making a part, and I'm actually like doing a braid and whatnot. And I actually decided to I do myself the way I be doing my clients. Where baby, you thought it was just 1 row left? No, honey, it's 2. Here's 2. You thought it was only 2 braids left? No, baby, it's 10. You said you wanted small, not smeek. Not medium, you wanted small. So stop mentally counting. And I absolutely swear by the Belletique braiding gel, which is castor oil infused. It keeps my hair hydrated and protected in any kind of, alleged protective style, girl. Braids and faux lights that ain't protective no more. But I actually don't experience breakage or anything bogus, nothing like that, when I do my braids or my braids for my faux locks, because I'm a grease and slick that hair down. I'm not finna put my hair in there raw like that and just break it like, girl, no. Put some on the hair, we braiding it and rub it up against them synthetic plastic pieces and stuff. But anyways, right now I am just testing the size and appearance of the braid to see if I like it or not, if it's even or not up to my standards. It's not. So I took it down and I just started it over again and just refit in my pre-separated pieces of hair. So yeah, hair is trial and error, especially when it comes to being a DIY girly. And while I do have years of experience doing hair on myself and others under my belt, it can still be rough, even for a seasoned person. So please don't feel discouraged if you want to do your own hair. But let's get into this technique. Remember how earlier I had said I had separated 1 feather crochet hair piece into 2 so that my ends could eat. Girl, look at that. Oh, well, I messed up right there. But look,
Check my technique.
this did take a little trial and error, but once I cracked it, baby, I cracked it. Because I just love a nicely tapered end to my braids. Girl, let me know if y'all want to see the full tutorial on even how I created these, because come on. But alright, so now I am just positioning the feather crochet pieces to see where I want the bohos coming out from the top. So I'm just showing how I installed those as well. Very simple, easy peasy. I was not fearful about pulling it through my braid or anything because I know what I'm doing. I'll continue to add feather crochet hair pieces to certain braids in the front so that they can hang down like tendrils. And I would feed sometimes the second part of the feather crochet hair through a lower part of the braid, just so it looked like hair was coming out of two places in the braid except for one. So thirsty, just like if you're not thirsty to wear your hair and your hair's not even done, are you even doing your hair? It did take me 40 days and 40 nights to do this hair, so I was getting a little achy breaky, so I retreated to my relief balm, which is from my wellness brand, Be Well Botanics. It's infused with shea butter, essential oils, and a 3-letter compound that doesn't get you high. If you know, you know, and if you don't, visit my site, open up the senses, ground you, and relieve the muscles. And baby, we was rolling, we was back, we were there. Check me out on my website and on my TikTok shop. Once I completed the left side, I did get into the right, and I just completely locked in. I decided to leave the entire right side boneless and add all the additional boho pieces later once the braids were complete, and that allowed me to save a lot more time. It's like once you do one side of your head, doing the rest of your head is way faster because now you're not playing no more. You really know what you're doing. I finished that side, began to add the little boho pieces along the braid. We get into it, we getting busy. Thirsty, baby. Thirsty. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. You ain't ever just wanted to see some. You ain't ever just wanted to see some. But I did lock in and I got to the back and it turned out really cute. Love the final look. Not mad at the back whatsoever. And yes, I oil my scalp on fresh braids. Sue me, bite me. I'm not gonna have no dry, itchy scalp. Period. Especially with no foreign particles attached to my scalp. But yeah, I'm customizing the ends of my hair and I decided to steam the braids to unstiff them, but they re-stiffed. But I put them up in my little bonnet so I could take it down for the next day. And boom, oh my goodness, get into the final look. Oh, the curls, the hair, everything. I was in the mirror playing with so many different hairstyles and variations of how I could wear the hair. Literally, I used only them 2 little tiny minuscule bundles and I made it look like this. You should absolutely be in love with the final product of anything you have done to yourself because this is your self-love. This is your beautification. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. Goodbye.